so initial thoughts, this is actually not that bad of a park.
I'm really thinking we'd be in the 2.5 range.
Yeah, I think we go back to both of them at 2.3. You're not necessarily buying the park, you're really buying the market.
This is not mine. The next one.
What would you sell for $2.5 million?
There he is. Nick, what up, man?
Oh, man.
How you doing? Good to see you. All right, what up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. We are in Lake Wales, Florida, on the road today with Broker Ben.
How we doing?
Slinging deals in Lake Wales and Winter Haven. I have an owner that I got to go meet in Bartow, and then he's going to drive a park that he's trying to bring a buyer for around Winter Haven. But we were planning on getting lunch. Of course, the restaurant we wanted to go to is closed, so now we're going to go drive some parks here in Lake Wales. Taking a left so I could get a picture of the sign. This honestly isn't bad. All right, so initial thoughts. This is actually not that bad of a park. This looks pretty good. These are older homes, flat roofs, 1970s. We don't like that. 1970s again. But here we're getting up to 80s, like pitched roofs, aka triangles. And then things like this are newer park model homes, which are a good thing to see because it shows the actual owner of this park is still making improvements. But it's a bad thing because he's probably not selling if he's actively bringing in new park models, which sucks for us. Hey Susan, this is Armand Violi, mhpvalue.com. I spoke to you 2 or 3 years ago regarding mobile home park. I know that you and your husband own that. I figured I'd give you a call. I'm actually driving through Lake Wales now and just checked out the park again. Still interested in potentially making an offer to sell it. Give me a ring whenever you get the chance. 561-596-8487. Thank you. Steve, my boy, pick up.
Hello?
Is this Joanne? I was trying to get a hold of Steve.
No, you have the wrong number, sir.
Okay, this isn't the Purcell family? What? Fun. Hey, John, you there? Can you hear me?
Hi, this isn't John.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think it sounded like the right number. You don't have anything to do with a mobile home park in Lake Wales, do you?
Yeah, are you looking for John Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my father.
Okay.
What is this regarding?
So I'm a mobile home park investor. I spoke to him like 3 times over the last few years. I just happened to be driving through Lake Wales. I figured I'd give him a ring just to say hi.
Yeah, I can give you his number if you're ready to take it.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll do this 6 nights. Yeah, dude, this is. I bet you definitely get like north of 50 for this.
Yeah, this is 70.
So like I was saying earlier, guys, typically like the communities that have carports, driveways, and pitched roofs with vinyl siding are usually better kept, newer home type communities. The main reason for it is, even though this is a mobile home park, it actually looks like a neighborhood.
Dude, the owner said that one of these just sold for $136K, and I verified it on one of the residential sites.
That's cool. Yeah, dude, this is fucking rock solid. I bet. Is there a Google Street View in this place?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, pictures aren't that important, and it's on the water. Oh, this is a legit community, bro. You get more than 60 a pad for this, I feel like. Alright, so we're having lunch now at Longhorn. I want to talk about the importance of driving your markets. To give you an example, so that guy that I reached his wife 3 years ago that I just tried calling, just texted me back after calling his son, who confirmed his number, and that he's looking to sell for $2.5 million. And that actually somewhat makes sense based on the property and location. I got to look at the actual financials and total lot count, but this might be an opportunity that came just by pure luck, just driving it and prompting the guy to respond, because I sent him a picture that I was driving this park so he knows I'm real. So next time you guys are just in an area vacationing or going somewhere and you are looking for real estate in that market, I recommend driving some properties and sending a picture to the owner while you're there. Alright guys, this next video I am calling Todd, the seller of the Dayton portfolio of parks that I've been working for, at this point feels like 10 years. But we do have 4 offers, 3 of them are good. We're going to counter, I think 2 of them are going to go neck and neck, and we'll probably go under contract somewhere in the low to mid 2s. We shall see what happens.
Hey, traveling man.
How you doing, Todd? How's it going?
Hey, we're good. We're good. How about you? What state are you in?
I'm actually local today, driving from basically Tampa all the way to Orlando, but hitting all these local small parks in between. Do you have time to look through the offers?
Yeah, I got everything here in front of me. Let me lay it out here, and then you kind of direct me on what your thoughts are. Disappointed in our first pricing, but we expected that, I guess.
So obviously, let's counter the 3. I mean, we'll counter the guy who's at 1.3, but I don't think they come even close. That seems just like an offer just to throw his hand in the mix. My gut instinct is I think Scott would probably be the best buyer for this. Abraham Anderson is a close second to me. I know him as an operator. I know he's very hands-on as an operator, and he doesn't shy away from heavy turnaround park. He doesn't shy away from small lot sizes and things like that. The Kenneth, I know he hasn't seen the park in person yet. He just closed like an $85 million capital raise. So he has a huge amount of money he needs to place, and so he's making a lot of cash offers on multiple properties we have listed. So I don't know how serious his is. Scott and Abraham are my 2 front runners personally.
What's your whole feeling? My one concern with Scott would be if something blows up with Felicity, it affects our Dayton parks.
Yeah.
I mean, we can wait to see who's going to bring us the best offer. But so Scott Davis, you're number 1. Abraham, you're number 2. Okay.
My thoughts on pricing is, I think we go back to both of them at 2.3. One thing I do know with Abraham, I did preface with them, he's going to need to get north of $2 million if there's any chance of us picking him. He offered with the expectation of having to go up to like that 2.1, 2.2 range.
Yeah, because you and I, we were really thinking we'd be in the 2.5 range.
Yeah.
And here we are, $500,000 spread.
Yeah. What are your overall thoughts? The problem is that we ran into is still so many of the buyers didn't want to touch the small lot sizes, and that's been, I know it's the repetitive thing I keep saying, but it's just been the overall nature of everyone's responses.
Yeah, it's those kind of parks that were built through the years and small. Yep, I get it. Yeah, I was thinking, going back at 2.5 with whoever you thought and see where it falls out from there, hopefully end in that 2.3. So let's look at Felicity, right, where Scott ended. So there's 60 lots there, and let's call it 1.4. That's, if you look at per lot, now those are longer lots, of course, but he's at $23,000 a lot. How do these guys look at this stuff?
So Dayton, I know a lot of the pushback and questions around were that your lot rents are already top of market, so there's not really room to go up there. Okay. And that they don't view Dayton as much as an appreciating market as the outskirts of Cincinnati. But I know Felicity comes with its own challenges there that are comparable.
Yeah.
But that's been the major. So that combined with the smaller lot sizes, most of the other groups were assuming they're going to lose some of the lots, having to either rearrange and bring in new homes and kind of lay that across 2 or 3 of the lots. I know that's kind of the game plan. Some people were looking at it. I know Scott is looking to bring it in as smaller lot or smaller size homes into those lots, but he is also thinking that he's still going to get knocked on his own exit plan 5 years down the road. So that's why he's maybe a little less aggressive on a price per pad.
I mean, if we can get 2.3, I'd let it go. Both of those parks.
Okay, will do. I appreciate it. Thank you, Todd.
Hey, safe travels out there. Congrats on that other deal for you.
Thank you.
It's small, but it's a deal, right?
Yeah, it is. Appreciate it. Thank you, Todd.
Hey, thank you, sir. Take care.
I'm at MCO Airport in Orlando, Florida. I am flying over to Kansas City for the listing I have, Blue Hills Mobile Home Park. Interesting thing with this deal, the sellers, because they have it convoluted with a lot of their different properties, I have to fly out there and do an exact lot count. Honestly, the seller could do that for me and get me like an updated rent roll, but a lot of the times, especially when I have an exclusive listing, even if the financials are bad, I'll fly out there myself just to see the deal. I like to kind of get involved in real estate, get my hands on it, just like I am earlier this trip driving. So we got about 30 minutes here at the club, MCO, a little complimentary wine. Shane, my boy, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good. I just forwarded you over. Apparently, whatever this lady clarified for Blue Hills, you can see her commentary there. Pretty much the stuff that they have on there is only the occupied. So I'll try and figure out which ones are like the unoccupied lots with homes on them. But so like the rent roll that she sent though, that she said majority of that is only occupied. So if there's like a, obviously if there's like a rental rate, it's occupied. But that's why all the park homes are on there. Yeah, my plan is I'm gonna have a picture of each lot one by one, starting on the right, going to the left on the other side street. So that way we could literally count and like map it out. Blue Hills, baby. So this is a listing of a guy that I actually met at the airport last time when I was trying to buy parks over, or buy my own park over in Concordia. One thing I gotta say, so you'll see that this is I'd say a rougher quality park that obviously needs a lot of work. But the big thing when it comes to these communities is a lot of the times you're not necessarily buying the park on its current operations, you're really buying the market. And what I mean by that is when you see like these rougher communities that obviously need a lot of work, a lot of cleanup and better management, a lot of the time all problems can be fixed if you're in a high growth market. And what I mean by that is, this is an example, there's another down unit. What I mean by that is, if you know there's a lot of room to increase rents and improve the community and get paid off for that work, it's relatively okay that you run into a lot of issues with the parks. Meanwhile, on the flip side, if you have a rough community like this, but in a population declining market, or it's just not a market that supports good rents, the major issue you run into is you can't actually get good returns on your money for investing a lot of capital into the community. Meanwhile, let's say this community, for example, the current rents here are like $225, $250 lot rents. That puts a price per pad in its current operations, let's just say $20K a pad. The market here is $450 to $500. So if you put in the money to improve the community here, bring in new homes, redo the roads, etc., and you got these rents up slowly to the market rate, which is around $450, $500, now you have a $50,000 a pad community. It justifies putting $20K in improvements per pad because you have the actual upside in rent growth. And then as you hold the community over 5-10 years, you're also going to have rent growth on top of the fact that market's already $500. It might be a $625 market 5 years from now. So it's one thing to remember that a lot of the times you're better off buying a bad property in a good market than a decent property in a bad market. So in this next clip, I'm going to be meeting up with my guy Greg, who owns I don't know if I'll ever post a video. There was about 120-ish lots I was looking to buy down here in Cassville, Missouri myself. Anyways, I lost the larger deal to, I believe, a wholesaler who's not going to close, but the smaller park of the two he still has. He's looking to sell it, and since I'm in Missouri, I figured let me come meet him and actually drive the park. The guy doesn't really have a lot of financials. He's an older guy that's just very hands-on, doesn't have like clean books and records and everything. So I figured rather than going back and forth over the phone and getting inaccurate info, let me just drive the park with him and see everything. Over here is, in fact, his the bigger park I was planning to buy, but I think they're going to ultimately have to back out of the contract and not actually close on it. And if that's the case, I might try and buy this whole thing. So are all the lots operating off that lagoon now, or?
Yeah, but we haven't had an ounce of trouble.
Okay.
There used to be a little waterfall coming out here when we got a lot of water.
Okay.
That's just about as good as it gets.
How about this? It's clear.
Yeah, it is. That's why they call it Flat Bottom Creek.
Yeah.
So you kind of understand?
Yeah. No, this is definitely a pretty piece of land. I see what you mean.
Well, I mean, it's peaceful as hell if it was mowed up. And that's elevated up over there.
Okay.
And some of this sandbar, rock bars mine, and it jogs back over that fence.
Okay.
But there's some walnut trees over there.
Yeah, the years
And
on.
it's got other access over there. This is not mine. The next one is. That's park on.
Yep. Okay.
This park owned, that's a 97 Dutch,
Yeah, that's nice.
1680.
Like, have you had to change out the pumps in the wells anytime recently, or?
Not recently. I think we had a sewer problem right here, a crushed pipe or something.
Okay.
That's why that.
All right, what up, guys? I am here at Jason Ramshaw's house, arguably one of the best wholesalers in commercial real estate. He particularly focuses on mobile home parks and owns a lot of communities too, but he was kind enough to let me stay at his house. We also are shooting a couple podcasts, so be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, here he is live in the flesh, making deals happen.
Nalani.
Yeah.
Wait. Where'd that 750K come from? Could you get comfortable with 815,000?
Well, I'd have to think about it. If I was to sell it, it would be as is.
Yeah.
There'd be a closing date.
Yep.
And no deduction for rents or nothing. I'd be receiving all the rents until the closing would take place.
Yep. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm gonna put together the purchase agreement and email it to you, just so you have something hard in your hands. So we have 88 homes with 78 occupied, with 250 lot rent. So I don't know how you would start your evaluation, but I would do this 78 times. I'm gonna go to 275.
Well, are you gonna try and get bank finance on this, like no seller finance?
It depends on his level, but I plant the seed so many times that when I do bring it up, even after the fact, if we just execute the contract, they're not surprised. It's not out of left field. It's like, this is the direction we're heading. So if I did that.
Well, see, I wouldn't bother even running it at 275. I'd keep it at the 250.
Okay.
Personally.
250.
Because I know you got to be on the lower end so you can get a spread in it at least, or have some type of safety net there.
So if I do that and I just do the normal numbers like you just said.
Yeah.
That's the park. The RVs.
So the RVs I would run at whatever the rental rates are, or whatever rates, and are they monthly? Do you know?
It's transient.
I would run it at 50%.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
So I'm at 50. So that number is 450. So I came at 2.305. Now,
is that just a number he's making up, or does he have some backing to that?
the county commissioner is an operator. These two are friends. The roads are city maintained. There's a swimming pool that is going to be donated to the county.
Oh, dude, this is what changes it. It's subdivision.
Yeah.
Oh, so he could be running this on like single family values per lots for some of them.
Which is what I told him. I said, he's like, well, there's lots that are getting this much per lot. I'm like, if that's residential.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why
65K a lot residential.
Yeah, that's why he's coming up with this number then. So I'm dealing with that on the 9 unit in Winter Haven I have, because 2 of them are lots, so it's individually platted 9 units, but 2 of them like aren't on the same cul-de-sac, and I think they would get more money as a single family, but I pitched that to investors and they'll pay the price for it. I mean, it seems like he's so far off that it's almost a waste of time. Like, does he think a home builder would buy the lots and build a home on it?
It's all that. It's this parcel, this parcel,
Yeah.
this parcel.
There he is. Nick, what up, man?
What up, man?
How you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. I brought the vlog camera.
That's all good.
I love the vlog camera. We turned it on last night and we just talked for like an hour and a half, just shot shit.
Yeah.
That's where the good conversations come from. He was just recording a phone call too with the seller.
That was a
there
good
was
call,
no
by the way.
action.
Guys, I'm here with Nick Najjar, who's Jason Ramshaw's partner. They own a lot of communities over in pretty much all around Missouri and Illinois, right? So, yeah, we're having lunch. They were kind enough to hang out with me till got to go to the airport, so appreciate it.
No MAC this time.
There he is, my savior. Thank you, Tristan. What's up, Queen?
Queen, who's that?
What's up, Queen?
Queen, shh. Queen, shut up.
Queen thinks I'm better than Todd.
It's a fucking steep bark.
Jesus, what's up, Tristan?
What's up, dog?
Guys, special guest, Queen and Tristan Lago. So of course, as soon as I land back here in Florida, my car ain't starting, which is fucking great, but Tristan and I about to go crush some fucking steaks and cigars back at his place, and we're gonna call it a night. Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate your.
Of course, dog. Solid trip.
Yeah, it was alright. You know, business.
Fucking, what was it, Missouri?
Yeah. Tristan, what do we got? What do we got cooking? What do we got cooking?
We got the
Steaks. Dog, get the close up of that shit.
Violi vlogs, Tristan Lago.
Light going, dog.
Violi vlogs, Tristan
Look at
Lago
this
vlogs.
fucking thing.
I mean, fucking Tristan, give me a taste test. 1 through 10.
Let me see. Let me see. Huh?
Give me the. Let me go. 1 through 10.
13.
13.
Oh!
13. Hey, let's go. We're fucking vibing. Like and subscribe, you. So we're back in Orlando. My car's broken down. We're at Tristan Lago vlogs. From Welcome Regard. Fuck jumper cables. Fuck jumper cables. My investors are gonna hate this fucking video, but buy my deals. MHPvalue.com. Like and subscribe. Buy the merch. Pasta Slut reviews.